My name is Yumiko Sato, and I'm 22 years old. I'm a new recruit in an IT company downtown, and I just started my job a couple months ago. The company's main function is to design, perfect, and just be responsible in general for a life hacks app that our prime contractor's hoping to sell to the public in the near future. And my department is in charge of overlooking the management of the system's security. However, ever since our contractor made their orders, there have been a lot of problems with the system, and being the underdog in the department and all, the work is honestly pretty difficult and demanding. What? But why did this happen? What's going on, Yumiko? Looks like the app servers are down all of a sudden. What? How come? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What am I gonna do? I guess we just have to do what we can to fix the problem, and fast. I guess so. Miss Satomi! What's up? The person whom I asked for help was Miss Satomi, my senior at my job. She's a very hard worker and has a lot of potential to be promoted to greatness, and yet she purposely tries to stay where she isn't too prominent in the department. A little bit of a strange person if you ask me. I don't know why, but the app's servers are shut down. How should I take care of the problem? Here you go. Wait, what's this, Miss Satomi? The servers are down, right? I made a list of possible causes, so my advice is that you have a look through each of those causes and find the problem. Wait, what? When did you have the time to do this? When you were panicking about the problem, actually. But that didn't take any time at all. That was actually a speed run. Oh, come on now. I only did something small. No need to make a big deal out of it, dear. In any case, thank you so much. I'll inform the chief of how we're handling the problem. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm sorry, is something the matter? Don't tell the chief that I took care of the problem, please. Huh? But why not? Well, I just don't want to be under the spotlight, if you know what I mean. But it's such a waste, Miss Satomi. If I told the chief of the great work you did, your status in the company would climb to great heights. I'm not so sure. I don't think anything good would come out of you telling the chief. Excuse me? What do you mean? You're still new here, so it isn't your fault you don't exactly know the ins and outs of this company yet. But you see, our chief's standards for employee evaluation are quite possibly the worst on the planet. Standards for employee evaluation? Chiefs are the worst? You see, our company doesn't have a system of promotion, which means that no matter how hard you work hard and help the company, you always stay where you are. Really? Is that really true? I was told that even newcomers could get a raise if they meet the company standards. Ah, yeah, that's a lie. The only thing general employees get is a ridiculously large amount of assignments. I understand now. That's why a lot of my colleagues left broken-hearted over the years. That's why I'm trying not to be a superstar around here. I see. Back to what I said first. Can you promise me you won't breathe a word to the chief about this, please? Of course. Fast forward to the next day. Chief? What's up? Chief? Good morning. Good morning. What's up? The cause for yesterday's server trouble has been figured out. Wait, what? Already? Indeed, we even made a list of all possible causes for future issues. Oh wow, this is very good. This is very, very good. Mr. Nakamoto, take care of the issue now, if you please, and use this memo to guide you. Understood, ma'am. All things considered, such a detailed analysis in so little time is quite a remarkable feat of work, Miss Sato. You sure are full of potential, even if you're still new around here. Oh, I didn't do that work, ma'am. I'm still too inexperienced to do something like that. Oh, really? Then who did the work? Yes, I'm afraid I can't tell you. What do you mean by that? They have their reasons, you see. Such a brilliant employee has to be found as quickly as possible, my dear. You can tell me who it was if you change your mind, all right? Yes, ma'am, of course. And don't forget, you're still young, both in age and in this company, so I expect you to work your butt off. Team spirit. Yes, ma'am. If you don't do your best around here starting at an early age, you'll wind up like that girl Satomi. What do you mean, ma'am? Listen here, you really don't get what I mean? I'm trying to tell you not to become an incompetent employee is all. Wait, what? Is your evaluation to Miss Satomi not so good or something? But of course it is. She refuses to do any extra hours and she can't even do her job properly. Ha! Honestly, she's such a nuisance for this company. If only she'd hurry up and pack her stuff and get the hell out of here. I'm counting on you not to slack off on your job and wind up as someone like her. Yes, ma'am. Well then, I have a meeting shortly and I have to get going. Kick ass and I'll see you later, Miss Sato. Good luck to you too, ma'am. By this point, I'd pretty much understood the company's evaluation system of its employees, and the issues with the app system arose one after another non-stop. Every day had become a battle to stay afloat amidst all of the busyness. Oh, come on! Another issue? Don't you think this is getting ridiculous, Miss Satomi? Every day we're dealing with nothing but system errors and stuff like that. At this pace, we won't even get to do anything else for another 100 years. Oh, yeah, I do admit it's so much to handle. Whoa, wait a second, it's fixed? It's only a matter of rinse and repeat, dear. Unless we deal with the underlying cause of all these issues, they'll just keep on popping up. That can apply to so many things, too. Underlying cause? So in other words... You leave that part to me. You and the others just do your best to tackle the small problems while I deal with the big boss, okay? Of course! Such was that particular day when we got a visitor. So sorry to trouble you. Do you have a moment? Oh my, this is a nice surprise, Mrs. Murata. What can I do for you? What can I do for? Do you think I'm stupid or something? Aye! Why the hell are there so many issues popping up every single day? Are you doing your job around here for real? Because it sure feels like you aren't. My humblest apologies, Mrs. Murata. And this is not just about the stupid errors and shit. We're also getting complaints that the app is slow and takes an ungodly amount of time to load. I must offer my apologies once more, ma'am. The woman who paid us an unexpected visit was the person in charge of the administration for the app, Mrs. Murata, from our prime contractor. This Murata was reckless. She often gave us very sudden onset orders with a deadline that was very soon, and did other kinds of unreasonable things to us down here in management. And the worst thing is that she has quite a bit of power in Enterprise, so she's really tough to handle. She is one of those few people in the Enterprise that's been classified in code red, meaning she is despised by many employees here. Even our almighty chief is always at a 90-degree angle before her. I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Murata. As you know, the app is still in its development stage, and there are still some kinks to fix. We're doing our best to deal with these issues through trial and error. And why the hell are you still using trial and error at this time? That should be dealt with right when the app was initially launched, you know? It's already been 6 months since its release. I hope you have a few ideas what to do if our beloved clients stop using our service. I'll have you know this is actually grounds for damage compensation. I'm terribly sorry. New mission! Fix this big problem today and not a second later. Today? But of course today! Hurry along now and get back to work. Begging your pardon, ma'am, I'm just not sure that's possible. Cheat, lie, I don't give a good goddamn. Just get that problem fixed today. I think you know full well what could happen if you fail this mission. I'll say it anyway. I'm going to submit a report of mismanagement on your part, and my company will provide an advisor, because you can't take care of yourselves around here. I understand, ma'am. Well then, my work is done for the day. I'll be heading home now. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. The hell? Where do you think you're going? What is it, ma'am? What is it, ma'am? Do you hear yourself? System issues day after day after day. Trouble with slow loading and lag. There are so many things going wrong right now, and I'm telling you to get back to work and fix these things immediately. Begging your pardon, ma'am, but resolving the small issues as well as the bigger ones, such as lag and slow loading, within the day is impossible. I know that. I'm still ordering you to do your job now. Hurry up now. You know it's impossible. Then I don't understand why you insist I stay to work. What is statistically impossible remains so, even if you attempt to power through the task. How dare you? No, hold on. Satomi, shut the hell up! Additionally, it wasn't our fault this app had so many issues every day. The hell? The underlying cause of all these problems is the fact that the app itself holds so much more data in its programming than storage capacity. So many services jam-packed into a single app. I don't suppose you disagree with this idea. I'm absolutely positive this was a mistake on your company's part, Mrs. Murata. Miss Satomi, standing steadfast against the unfathomable Mrs. Murata. It was amazing to behold, but the result was the atmosphere in the office had turned ice cold and awfully hostile. The pressure was unbelievable, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one in the room who felt like fainting. But Miss Satomi had only won round 1. Mrs. Murata opened her mouth and I could literally hear the boxing bell ring for round 2. My. You sure have some saucy words coming out from that mouth of yours, miss. Perhaps you've forgotten your status in the company, I never meant to be saucy, Mrs. Murata. I'm only stating what is the concrete truth. I suppose that means you're not going to do what I say, is that right? It's not that being insubordinate here, ma'am. I only know that my work for the day is all finished, and that I don't see any harm in starting again tomorrow morning in any case. Trouble with the app is still going to be a huge task to shoulder. And I'm certain the users aren't very hopeful things will get better. How frickin' dare you! You just shut your mouth now! Mrs. Murata, I must apologize for inexcusable behavior. An incompetent employee talking saucy language will not be tolerated. Huh. Looks like this isn't gonna go anywhere, talking to you. You'll forgive me for saying this, but employees who don't do what I tell them will be fired on the spot. Really? And you're not even one of us. Since when does someone who doesn't even hold a position here in this company have the right to take someone's job away? I'm terribly sorry I don't consider you of high status in this particular company, at least. I do hope for your forgiveness. How in your face are you gonna be, eh? Mrs. Murata didn't know shit, but I knew better. Seeing Miss Satomi's expression, I immediately saw that twinkle in her eyes. The kind that makes you think she's keeping cool under a lot of pressure. But in fact, she's right at the tipping point, ready to destroy anyone who dares question her integrity to the company and her knowledge of her own work. In other words, inside, Miss Satomi was just about to explode. I object! Yumiko? Mrs. Murata, I must protest this. This has simply gone too far. What has? I must admit my senior here has been a little more forthright than one could appreciate. But I can vouch for what she says is the underlying cause of the issues. Even a railway hobo would tell you the work you demand us to finish today is just not possible. So now we have two treacherous bitches talking back at me, eh? Looks like neither of you truly understands what could happen to your frickin' butts if you're insubordinate to me. I hold meeting with high-ranking officers of this company every week, you see. Of course, I have the authorization to advise the evaluation of employees here. I suppose someone like you at least has the brains that knows how to process what I'm telling you right now. And that would mean... Yumiko, that's enough. But Miss Satomi! I'd always known this company despised me from the beginning, and honestly, the timing couldn't be any more perfect. No, Chief! Please don't just stand there and say something! Please! Miss Satomi's a valuable asset to the team, isn't she? I agree with Mrs. Murata. What? You mustn't let forgetfulness blind you from the truth, Miss Sato. Our job here is to get the job done, no matter how difficult and demanding it may seem. You can't be serious. Employees who aren't prepared to do such things must be dismissed. There's no other option. You can't do that! It's settled then. As of today, I'm no longer working for you. I have a lot of things to bring back with me, so I will arrange everything first thing tomorrow morning. Miss Satomi! Goodbye, and thank you very much for everything. Miss Satomi, wait up! Oh, Yumiko, you came for me. Are you really gonna let this happen? This just isn't right! I'm totally okay with it, dear. I was going to quit working for that stupid company one day. Anyway, I was only worried for my adorable little juniors here, and before I knew it, I'd stayed for quite a while. Oh dear, I'm sorry to have been so useless. Wait, why are you apologizing to me? You're not the one to blame at all, dear. But still, I think you ought to do the same, Yumiko. The earlier you quit, the better. You're only going to experience the same bullshit my colleagues and I did. Oh, Miss Satomi. Oh, yes, before I forget, here you go. What is this document, Miss Satomi? I figured something like this would happen one of these days, so I made a few instructions on how to make the servers run a lot more smoothly, and how to get rid of the lag. What? If you follow what the document says, the problem will be dealt with, never to be fraught with issues again. When in the history of humanity did you create this document? You're so cute when you blow things out of proportion. But I'm not. Every single thing you've done was an amazing achievement. It's such a shame you're really leaving. It's so sad and so unfair. Thank you, dear. It's kind works like those that really make life worth living for me. You take good care of yourself now, and I wish you all the luck in the world. Miss Satomi. Well then, I must be off. Can I ask you a small favor and help me pack my stuff tomorrow morning? Yes, of course. Thanks for everything, dear. I'll see you around. And the very next day, Miss Satomi came back to work for the last time to pack up her stuff that was on her desk. Miss Satomi, you're really leaving, huh? Oh, sweetie, I've been telling I am since yesterday. Even after a whole day, I still feel very lonely. Oh, come now. Just because I'm quitting my job doesn't mean we're not going to see each other again. I mean, I guess, but still. Let's go out to lunch or dinner soon. How about that? Well then, I'll see you, Yumiko dear.
Chief, something terrible has happened.
Oh, what now? Don't scare me like that, Mr. Nakamoto.
It looks like someone hacked into our app.
Huh? What do you mean by hacked?
Chief, this is very serious. The app's data, it's been changed around without official authorization.
Wait, seriously? Why would a hacker target our app?
I have no idea, ma'am.
Panic ensued in the office. The app we've been working on for so long had been hacked, and things were getting out of control. Mrs. Murata, as white as a piece of mozzarella, rushed into the room, absolutely dumbfounded and unable to fully grasp what was going on. Hey, what the frick's going on here? I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Murata. It seems someone hacked into her app. Why do these things keep happening? I expect you to take care of the situation. Team spirit, everyone. Get back to work and deal with this mess. Does anyone know anything about hacking? Anyone? Anyone at all? What the frick is this place filled with incompetent baboons? We have to fix this, or we could lose our app for good. Excuse me, there's only one person who can fix this problem out of all of us. Who would that be? Miss Satomi, would you do the honors, please? Wait, me? The frick? How could this bitch do anything? You know full well Miss Satomi simply can't fix this problem. She's the most incompetent of all you stupid idiots. She sometimes can't even work the coffee machine. She's more competent than all of us combined. Who do you think created the memo that went over all the possible causes for the system issues we've been having? What the hell do you mean? She had personally asked me not to tell anyone, not even to you, Chief. But now I must betray that promise. The person who whipped up all the documents that had been a huge help to us is none other than Miss Satomi here. You have to be kidding me! Why then did she want to stay quiet about what she did? You literally telling us she'd been acting as an incompetent employee this whole time! That is because of you, Chief. Me? You implemented a workplace system that prohibits newcomers from ever getting promoted, including folks who show enormous potential. You only ever gave them too many assignments, explaining that these were, quote, some foundation for your road to greatness. But that's... And thanks to that reason, and that reason only, so many of your subordinates quit their jobs because they thought their career would be meaningless. Miss Satomi knew about this, and that's why she'd been acting like she was incompetent. Grr, that sassy bitch! Surprising people who show great potential into mere office servants is an excusable thing. I don't think... And you, Mrs. Murata, I don't believe you should be acting as though you have no part in this because you actually have too much of a part in this. What the hell? What in the world did I do wrong? Your unreasonable demands like very sudden orders and ridiculous deadlines have had a sort of reign of terror over us. You see, and as a result, more and more employees left their jobs, causing those who stayed behind to become overwhelmed with more and more work to do. What? If you'd done us the kindness of ordering something properly, and not as a spur of the moment, I don't believe so many brilliant employees would have left their jobs. What do you expect to do about that? The software engineers who left your company are now working for a rival company, and apparently they're working magic over there. Do you not realize this is the reality? But how many times are you going to make the same damn mistakes? Ugh. The only person who can deal with this hacking is Miss Satomi, you see? What are your orders, ma'am? Are you going to let her go, or are you going to ask for her help and give her the recognition she deserves? Miss Satomi, do you think you could help us with this crisis? I'm very sorry about yesterday. I renounce your dismissal. Will you please help us? And who, pray tell, would actually say, oh, okay, no problem. Of course I'll help you in this situation. Especially after the cruelty you did me. If you want me to help you, I suggest you get down on your knees and beg for my forgiveness and for my cooperation. On our knees? If you don't want to, I understand. Oh, God. We are so sorry. We are so sorry. How many of my colleagues do you think had such a hard time because of you two ruling over this company with a ruthless iron fist? This session of begging is not for me. It's for all of my friends who paid this price. Gah! Gah! Well then, let's get this over and done with, shall we? And with that, Miss Satomi went on to pull off the most amazing feats one after another. And before long, the chaos and the mysterious hacking it caused had all been cleaned up, and things were as though nothing had happened. This must have been a moment of amazing triumph for Miss Satomi. The system should be operational now. Thank you so much, Miss Satomi. You're my absolute hero now. And also, I managed to locate the perpetrator's address. What? In so little time? A simple phone call to the police in the perpetrator's vicinity should expose them in due time. Bravo. Thank you, Miss Satomi. I would have thought you were so amazing at your job. She is an amazing computer wizard. But guess what? You were going to make her leave her job. We're going to take the liberty of reporting this to the president of the company. Thanks to Miss Satomi's skills, the hacker was found and arrested after a surprisingly short time thereafter. Just as I thought, their only motive was because it seemed like fun to do. It was a coincidence that he stumbled upon our own app. In any case, even if it wasn't a coincidence, it would be hard to believe that someone had purposely chosen to hack into an app that was already fraught with errors and bugs. So while their motive was a bit questionable at first, it kind of made sense after a while. Okay, everyone, time for morning roll call. Of course. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Chief.
And thanks to her extraordinary services, Miss Satomi was finally recognized as an irreplaceable asset to the company and was promoted to Chief Manager. Her salary is now twice as much as it was. And she seems like a completely different person, so bright and lively at work nowadays. And I have you to thank, Yumiko, for unintentionally making me stay here for as long as I did. Who knows what could have happened if I just left the company as planned. Thank you so much, dear. Oh, please, my head was steaming then, and I said some things I really shouldn't have. I swear I look like a tomato-red banshee who just climbed out of a sauna. I have to say, though, I don't dislike that foolhardy side of yours. It can be really helpful sometimes. Meanwhile, Chief and Mrs. Murata faced criticism from both the board of our prime contractor and from all corners of our own company. They suffered severe cautionary punishment, and nowadays are doing pretty exactly what Miss Satomi had been doing, which is working under the radar, so to speak, making sure they don't go under the spotlight and receive any more condemnation from their colleagues. Who would have thought such arrogant people would find themselves as part of the window people, doing simple tasks and getting the coffee for everyone else? Suits them well in my eyes. Furthermore, perhaps our former chief's pride would have none of that kind of life, and a mere 2 months after she started working as general employee, she quit her job herself. Not surprising, her reputation among her colleagues was shattered, and to top it off, her monthly evaluation as an employee done by a new system of general surveys left her in the mud of numerous times. The company warned her of a dismissal if she didn't implement positive changes to her contribution. And while it wasn't exactly too much pressure, perhaps she still just couldn't handle it. It's also rumored that her retirement money was largely cut, as a way of compensating for the damage she caused the company. Think of a better situation where good riddance applies. I dare you. As for me, I was nominated as Miss Satomi's personal assistant, and I also landed a raise. I'm right in the middle of learning so many things about the ins and the outs and upside downs of being a software engineer. Yup, you're definitely getting a lot better at this, Yumiko, dear. Oh, why, thank you very much. Thanks to my new job of working alongside you, my work seems so much easier now. I never have any subordinates of my own one day. Honestly, though, if we consider your real talent for this kind of work, you could even start a business yourself. Maybe, but becoming independent can become very hard, you know. A friend of mine who has their own business actually wanted to hire me. But all things considered, I think I'm more suited for regular office work and not business, if you know what I mean.
Is that so? In my view, as long as I'm working with you, Miss Satomi, I think I can do anything for a job.
Ayo, you're really gonna tag along if and when I quit this job,
What? Am I not allowed to?
You're so funny, dear. Of course you're allowed to. I don't dislike looking after you as my own assistant, after all.
Miss Satomi!
Come on, now monologuing is over. Let's get back to work, dear.
Of course, ma'am. By the way, since Miss Satomi implemented some changes, the company's performance has been going really well, and soon a new mid-career employment exam is going to be initiated. To top it off, Miss Satomi and I have been chosen to be among the interviews for the exam.
Our company here is still under the influence of our old chief, and its public reputation is still tainted. With this new interview, we're going to attempt to make everyone change their views on the company. One from suspicious skepticism to enthusiastic trust. Let's do our best.
Of course, Miss Satomi. With this new system, I really hope our company will climb the ranks as one with a healthy, friendly environment, where brilliant people can truly make their mark on society. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to make that dream a reality. Just like Miss Satomi helped me so much a while back, I want to become a respectful senior to junior employee, helping them learn through experience and positive guidance, and give them, the company, my friends, and myself a world of happiness and success.